What up? Welcome back to Bangers and Mash. This is Preaching Preacher, episode, I believe, 11, 12.
It's 12.
12, On Your Knees.
12 of 13, so we're getting close to the end, and I don't know what to say about it. It's not following the comic per se.
But it is, but it isn't.
But it is, but it isn't.
Yeah, this one, especially this episode, really, it was eventful, but it kind of wasn't eventful. It was more just like, the Saint of Killers. Like, it was his storyline the entire way.
That's where it starts off, right? Okay, so the Saint of Killers, they're pulling up the...
Where we last left off, the truck or whatever, yeah.
They're pulling the truck up, and then the Saint of Killers is inside. I think he does, like, his flashback of why he does a flashback of him getting, like, converted or absolved of his sins.
Yeah, well, and then they show, like, his whole history again, like, with his wife and all that dying and kids dying. They showed that whole thing. We're going to Ratwater, mister.
You're right, yeah.
They showed that all again.
So that's from season 1, so that, we haven't seen it in a little while, but again, it's kind of like, ugh.
It's like watching Eugene's chick blow her head off again. It's like...
There's been like I think like 3 episodes of that have had it in it.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like ugh.
It's like, okay, so once again we learn the history of the Saint of Killers.
So what's his name? The guy that works for the Grail. What's his name? I want to say like
Hairstar?
No. There's the guy and the girl that work for Hairstar.
Oh yeah. I can't remember their names. The two like agents. Or whatever.
The 2 agents. The one, he's pulling the truck out. And then they pretty much just like throw a brick on or a giant rock on the gas of a second truck and like dunk it in the water.
Yeah.
And the one that Jesse and them pull out is the second one.
It's like the decoy one.
Yeah, it's the decoy.
And then they have him like all like prisoner in the back and he's just like dish, 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 and he's just like punching it for like 3 days straight, 4 days straight.
It's like a week and then like a week later.
It's like another week later and just keeps like going and he's just still punching. Eventually, like...
No, so the one agent's talking to him. Like,
yeah, they start talking.
If you want, like, if you help us, we'll help you kind of thing. And then it's like a week later, he's like, you're starting to get weak, like, you know it, I know it.
Yeah.
If you, help us, we'll... I don't know,
yeah, basically it's like you got no other option.
Yeah, like, what's the worst that could happen? And so he's like, okay, right? So, leaving off episode 11, there's a guy running from the back of the truck, and it's like, who is that? It ends up being the agent. He's like running away from him.
Yeah.
And then cut to...
I think it does do a bit of Eugene.
Does it cut to Eugene?
Pretty sure it cuts to Eugene.
So Eugene and...
they're doing his...
My Fuhrer.
Like how they jumped in the pit or whatever, they're trying to find the back door.
Yeah.
So it's like this slightly different hell that could be worse or whatever, that their little super hell thing.
Yeah.
And then they're fucking with it, like trying to get it so the chick doesn't blow her brains out.
Which she can't.
He's
like,
and then he
no
kind of
matter what I do,
just has like an epiphany that he's just like, even when he does solve, he's like, you're just a bitch. Like, screw you. Like, your death is not on my hands. And then like all of a sudden it starts like circulating all the like.
She does like
the people in his life.
She does blow herself away, and then like there's the guy that comes out of like.
Sorry.
There's a mascot that comes out of the freaking bathroom, and he's like, I told you if you ever touch me again, and like blows him away.
Yeah, like someone that touched him as a kid.
Like,
and then his dad has like the fucked up ass mouth.
Yeah, and then he's like, I'm just a kid, like...
He's like, finish the job. He's like, finish the job, and then he's just like, I'm not gonna kill myself, I'm not gonna blah, blah, blah.
I know, and it kind of like ends on like...
And then all of a sudden it's like Hitler's like, oh, look, the window can open now.
No, it leaves on like a high point. He's like, I love you, Eugene, and he's like, I should have said that from the beginning.
And then by doing that, like, it's like, oh, the window opens.
Yeah.
So they like crawl out, and it's kind of like they're in the vents, and you can like kind of like see down into.
Oh no, hang on, that's like late. That's right at the end. Where they're seeing the stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I don't know.
Not that they really show it. It's just kind of like flashes of light.
Yeah, and you can like hear the other people's like hells going on.
Yeah.
That's Eugene's storyline. I guess we'll just do this storyline. That was that, and then.
So
back to the same.
We go back to Preacher,
and
we go back to Preacher, and like,
they're pissed at him.
Cass, what's her name?
Tulip.
Cass and Tulip are talking, and she's like, "There's a finger on there," and like Cass has already like hid the dog away from
Dennis.
Denisovich.
Dennis.
Denisovich because he thinks he's gonna like kill
Just
the dog.
rushing him out.
No, that's off of Hotel Transylvania.
Oh,
Two.
two. I haven't even seen one, but okay.
That's his vampire name.
Oh my god. I don't know how you know that, but anyways, yeah. So Dennis is like basically gonna eat the dog.
Well, it sure
It
feels
seems
that
like
way.
that, yeah.
And back in the 11th episode, he's like, "Take what you want. That's what we do."
Yeah.
He's talking about like Cass taking Tulip, or So, I don't know. Tulip's talking about her and Cass actually going off to that island.
Running away together.
Like why not, right? And then sure as shit, Jesse like walks
Just
through the
kind
door.
of walks through the door.
Before that, he was actually sitting and like waiting. He was sitting in that booth where the dog
Waiting
was.
for the weird gimp dog.
But he was just like waiting because he knew I guess he wasn't gonna come back.
Yeah.
Gimp dog.
Gimp dog god.
So he's like talking to Cass and Tulip, I guess.
Yeah, and he's all, you need to come with me, and they're like, why do you need us?
Right.
Why do you need us? I don't know, I remember they end up like, kind of like, why do you need us? They talk to Hairstar or something.
Well, the Saint of Killers comes in and he's like trying to...
That's his, yeah. Tulip is all like, I don't know, doing something. She leaves the house. I think she's taking out garbage because the finger.
Yeah,
And then the Saint of Killers walks in and she's all like,
leave him alone! Like tries to like punch him out. And
yeah,
of course she gets like thrown up against the wall.
yeah.
And he doesn't really like walk in and like go directly for Jesse. He's kind of like looking around.
Yeah.
Grabs a knife and then he sees like Dennis and he sees like Cass and...
Scopes the area first, sort of, I guess.
Yeah, Cass and Jesse are talking, and then he's like, "Get your man a 6-pack."
Tulip normally would have
Yeah,
given me a beer by now, or
walks out and freaking
there he is.
he like sits down, and then all of a sudden like Cass gets like thrown through like...
Oh yeah, you see him in the background, he just gets tossed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, I don't know, basically they end up fighting.
He tries to use the word on him.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. He tries to use
to use the force.
I love how I do that for the word. He uses the word on him, and then fucking it doesn't. I didn't hear you, preacher.
And he's like,
So I
on
don't know.
your knees.
Is he deaf now, I guess? I don't know.
No, they took away the soul.
Is that what they did?
Yeah.
I didn't catch on to that.
Yeah, he took the soul out, so he took Jesse's like 1%.
Oh man, see, I didn't catch that part. See? That's why we do this.
So pretty much, I don't know,
So he no longer has a soul. He's back to Saint of Killers, I guess.
he's talking about like scalping Jesse. I guess they get into a bit more of a fight. Tulip comes in and like kind of like hits him around with like the fire poker.
Yeah, to like no avail. It does like nothing new. Oh yeah, and then weird Saddam Hussein looking crazy militia chick.
Oh no, hang on. So he's talking about taking like Jesse's like scalping him. And then he's just like about to, and he's like talking like, oh, I want to hear what this sounds like. Someone else was like obsessed with this sound. I want to know what it sounds like.
Yeah.
3.
That Ratwater guy that had all the scalps.
3, 2, and then she's like, you're going back to hell.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
And then, Jesse's still like on his knees all like tied up, and she's like, you're lucky that you have powerful friends like Hairstar.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, how the hell does Hairstar get in touch with hell?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I guess they've been in touch with heaven, but how can he like...
And they're like, I can basically do whatever. God's not even on his throne and shit. Like...
Yeah, pretty much.
Some pretty badass shit evidently is going to go down the next episode, it seems.
So, as you were talking about,
Yeah.
Tulip and Cass end up meeting up with Hairstar.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, they're like, well, what do you need us for? Dun, dun,
Basically,
dun.
yeah, like, you're holding Jesse back and he knows it.
That's like their whole plan of like taking or like splitting them up.
Yeah, and then basically they confront Jesse about it.
Yeah.
It seems like he almost doesn't have an answer, too.
Jesse goes to Hairstar and he's like, now what? And Hairstar just like gets on his knees and puts like Jesse's hand on his head.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh.
It's just like, you're God now, sort of thing.
Okay,
You're in
then.
command, I don't know.
Oh, he actually talks about like,
Deep shit.
can't be like all Humperdoo.
Yeah, Humperdoo. Oh, God.
Humperdoo can't take over because obviously he's not like, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. And Humperdoo is in the comic.
The, like,
Yeah, and he is like...
handicapped Jesus
No,
guy.
don't even say that.
That's what I'm saying, though, that guy?
Yeah, he
Really?
is. He's like,
oh, man, I gotta go back
he kind of like And he has like a smile T-shirt on.
Oh fuck yeah! Oh yeah, okay, I remember. I do remember that. Yeah.
He did get that
Yeah,
far, and he's
yeah.
just like Humperdoo.
Yeah, and Hair Star looks way different though in the.
Yeah, he looks like he's had like a bit more damage done to him.
And like a meth addict or some shit.
Yeah.
He looks like.
Yeah, he's like kind of. Well, no, you know what? They did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I don't have any complaints with him.
No, it's not like Walking Dead where they just shit all over it and called it The Walking Dead.
All right.
That's pretty much all I can think. Then there, like we said, the Eugene story thing. We already explained that.
One episode left. One episode for them to tie it up.
Yeah, is it gonna be an extra long one? I don't even know.
No,
I hope it
I
is.
think it's gonna be 60 minutes. They didn't say anything about like a 90-minute episode.
Yeah, fuck. I don't know. I want a 90-minute one, man. This series has been good so far.
It is, and I'm wondering if they're gonna start going into that like mother's side.
Yeah, they got it. That's gonna be next season,
because you know they
something.
hinted so much.
They're gonna hit it like they're just gonna touch it probably next episode, and that'll be probably next season. I like pretty much guarantee it.
Yeah.
I guess that's pretty much all there is to say this time. So
We'll do a wrap-up episode.
yeah, probably. I guess till next time. This is Bangers and Mash, Preaching Preacher. Don't forget to tune in, subscribe, check us out, VidMe, YouTube. Bangers Mash Live, Facebook, Twitter. Until next time, Bangers Mash saying, fuck off.